That would be kind of a funny clip, though.
Oh, it would be funny.
Okay, we're joined now by the Knoxville Super Regional Champion Tennessee Lady Volunteers, a 1-0 victory over Nebraska to advance to the Women's College World Series for the 9th time and second in the last 3 years. We have head coach Karlyn Weekly, junior pitcher Karlyn Pickens, and redshirt freshman infielder Ella Dodge. We'll start with an opening statement from Coach.
First, I just want to congratulate Nebraska on a tremendous season and being such an incredible opponent. We knew when they won their regional and we won ours and we were going to match up that, honestly, this was a World Series type game. And that's what you had out there. The absolute best in our game, pitchers going at it. I think people probably know about my friendship with Rhonda. She's one of my closest friends on this earth. I have a ton of respect for her and the class with which she runs her program. And you just love playing an opponent like that, where it's just fierce competition on the field, no shenanigans, just two teams going at it. And you saw an incredible fast pitch game today.
Questions? Start with Cora.
First, Karen, is your head okay? It looked like you got hit by the Gatorade bath.
Oh, I didn't feel that.
You
so it's fine.
didn't feel it.
Adrenaline
Okay.
was up.
Yeah, not feeling much of anything. I'm really, really wet, and I didn't bring a change of clothes, but that's okay.
Okay. Well, I wanted to ask you about the fifth inning. Obviously, Karlyn, bases loaded, 2 outs, strikes are out in 3 pitches. Just kind of what's going through your mind in that moment, and what was it like to watch that?
You know, I'm just blessed to have a front row seat on this journey with her. And I've said it so many times to anybody who will listen. It's the talent is incredible, but it's the character, it's the willingness to embrace those moments, to want the ball, to just be the ultimate competitor in those moments. So actually, surprisingly for me, there's a lot of peace in a way, because I just know what she's capable of. And you know what? If they'd run into something there, I know that she's going down with, she's not going to go down without a fight. And that's all I think you want as a coach is, we talked about it this morning, play free, no regrets. And I know she's playing free out there, and that's all you can ask.
Jack and then Sam.
Ella, it seemed like everybody was celebrating everything in the field today. Whenever Karlyn would get a strikeout, everybody would huddle around. When Kinsey was making those plays in the outfield, you and Laura running out there. How important has that been all season, and why was that extra important today? Why was that sort of more evident today?
Yeah, I think it's just like the energy that we share, and it just allows us to feel so connected. And it's like every pitch matters, because one pitch, one swing can change a game. So everything's so important. So especially since we're facing a great team, every out, every pitch, like she gets first pitch strike, it's like, let's go. Like everything is just super important.
Sam.
Coach, I know every team is different, but you've talked all season long about how this is a young team. They experienced their failures, and to see how they played, especially today, the defense behind Karlyn's performance, and how they went through this postseason. Why is this the team to be able to get back to OKC?
Well, I think Ella just touched on it, the energy that connects them, and they're very consistent with that. The youth is pretty cool because, between Ella and Emma out there and Savaya and even some of the young ones that aren't getting the playing time, Amaya Doyle, they're just always in go mode. They're so fun to coach because you have to say whoa, not go. They flush mistakes really quickly. They don't dwell on anything. There's no drama. They're just foot on the gas pedal. And that's pretty easy to coach. They're going to make mistakes, but it's always going to be mistakes of aggression. And I think that's just infused a lot of energy into our team.
Rhiannon.
Yeah, Ella, you seem to be one of the few that can hit off Jordy ball so well, apparently. What were you seeing today, and how much confidence did you take from doing that yesterday and carried into today?
Yeah, so I think just knowing like one swing can change a game, just expecting every pitch is your pitch. Karen really preaches that, and so does Craig. So just going up there, expecting to drive every single ball and trusting yourself that you'll lay off the ones that you don't need to swing at. So I think just coming out the gate, we talk about applying pressure. So have them feel every swing that we take, whether it's in your plan or not, you're swinging with conviction and you're going all out.
Were you sure it was out like you were?
I sprinted just in case, but I knew it was out. So when she went to tag me, Karen was like, down. I was like, what? But
Ella saw it hit the railing.
yeah, I did. I swear. I was sprinting off the bat.
Go ahead.
But yeah, that was my question. You're only the second person ever to hit multiple home runs off of Jordy. I guess just what, like, you did just answer it, but like you saw it hit the railing. Like, did you see it hit the wall first, or like, just take me through, I guess, that moment.
Well, she came inside first pitch. It was a little too far in. And I was thinking that she'd go there again, and she did. So I was like, perfect. I swung. It kind of almost jammed me a little bit, but I got enough barrel on it for it to keep going. So I was sprinting off the bat because I wasn't quite sure. But as it kept going, I was like, okay, I think it's out. And then once I saw it hit the railing, I started jogging, because it was out. So, I mean, yeah.
Trevor.
That's what you do in his home run.
Karyn, to have Friday's game go sideways because of defensive errors and then today's game be won because of the defense, how rewarding is it to be able to see the progression just over 2 days? And Ella, if you also want to speak on the topic.
Yeah, we certainly don't want to overlook the defense today. The defense was phenomenal. You know, Kinsey's playing center. Mueller had a couple great plays. I'm probably going to miss something, but the throw from left field in the first inning. So, you know, Friday night it was out of character for us. And I think the biggest thing is, you know, we talked about that immediately post-game. We said we beat ourselves tonight. You know, Karlyn doesn't walk and hit batters, and we don't make mistakes like that. And so we knew that we just had to turn the page. We just had to flush it and come into Saturday knowing that wasn't us. And if we play Lady Vol softball, we got a good chance.
Go in the back to Paige, and then Camille, and then Casey. I can't quite see. That looks like who it is.
Yeah, defense definitely set the tone today. I want to talk about the dive that you had and then the throw to first and then how much that maybe really motivated the team to continue to play that defense and maybe if it translated to the plate.
I think it was the second batter, I think. Yeah. Just getting those first few outs of the inning is really important, and we know the top of their lineup was threatening all weekend, so just really doing anything we can to get the outs. And the middles, me and Laura tell each other nothing through, so just talking about that beforehand, and then just being able to help keep the pressure off Carr. And Alana throwing that ball in was like, they're not going to try that again, so it was really cool.
Looks like Riley has the mic.
Yes. Karlyn, 2 questions for you. What was going through your mind there in the 5th inning with the bases loaded? And also, going back out into the 7th, I know you went back into the bullpen, threw a few pitches there with your pitching coach. Why was that?
Yeah, so, well, I'm glad Karyn had some peace of mind during that moment. It was a little bit different than Karyn's probably, but yeah, I was just super locked in that moment. Just know that I had my team's back. I want the ball in moments like that. Like I've said this before, like if I'm gonna get us into those situations, then I'm gonna do everything to get us out of them. So yeah, just trusting my pitches and relying on that. And then going into the bullpen with Megan, the changeup has been kind of my enemy this past weekend, trying to find that. But yeah, we went in the bullpen, just threw a couple to feel good, and then that way it would translate into the final inning, being able to nail that pitch.
Casey. Camille.
Camille, yep. I know, we all look exactly the same. Ella, back here. To play in a super regional, to do what you have done the last 2 days has got to be a dream come true. Just how surreal is it to know that you were the winning run today?
I think it's just cool to know we get to play on another day with this team. We're all super connected. And going to the World Series just means we get more time to play with each other, and it's just like true joy competing together. So I think that's the main thing. It's like we get more time to compete and all compete for something that we've always dreamt of. So I think that's the coolest part.
Casey, for real this time?
Coach, you talked about what you saw from Karlyn in that 5th inning, but as a head coach, just what does run through your head in those type of moments when the bases are loaded in such a tight game like this?
Well, you're thinking about the possibilities. You know, it's the 5th inning, but then you're thinking about, okay, we've got 2 innings and who's coming up and, you know, what can we manufacture here? How do we need to manufacture it? What are possible pinch runners you're going to use, pinch hitters? So you're just strategizing as you go. So trying to stay 2 steps ahead, but obviously praying that you don't have to get there. Nice to have some insurance on the board. We didn't have it today, but again, this one did her job.
Rhiannon.
Yeah, Karlyn, you've obviously been at that stage of the World Series before. What has changed about you, and what have you learned that maybe you use today and that you'll use going into Oklahoma City?
Yeah, I think just like a lot of confidence, and I've discovered a lot about myself just talking with Karyn, talking with Megan about what allows me to compete at my best, how to play with joy, and taking that with me into the College World Series. I think it will be so important to just be grateful for the moment that you're given, enjoy everything with your teammates, and just be present. So.
Saw 3 more hands up. We'll go Jack, then Paige, then Cora to wrap it up.
Karyn, you've been to Oklahoma City 8 times. Just what do you think about this team is going to translate to that stage and potentially have success there?
When you've been there as many times as I have, it's no longer that I want to get there, and it hasn't been that way for years. I wake up this morning I want them to go. I want them to experience this because they get 4 short years to do this. And sometimes when you go as a freshman, you think you're going to go every year, and it is really, really hard. I mean, I'll tell them this now. We never said it this weekend. The hardest thing you do in this game is super regionals. It is really, really hard. I'm just so happy for them and why I think we can be successful. We've got it in the circle, but then you've heard them talk about it, the connection. And one thing that nobody in this room is going to ask, and I get it, is about our dugout. I mean, the young women on our team that don't get on the field, don't get the at-bats, don't get the innings in the circle, they are so team first. And I've coached a long time. Your dugout makes you or breaks you. And the number of compliments that these guys give the people in the dugout about how locked in they are, looking to pick pitches, keeping me up, giving me good energy. We're 25 strong. We really are. And that's why I think we can be successful at any level.
Paige.
Karlyn, back here. Obviously getting to the World Series your freshman year, what does it mean for you to make it back your junior campaign, and has Karyn's gritty got better these last couple of years?
Oh, wow, what a loaded question.
It's digressed, I can tell you that.
You started going backwards today.
Yes, I mean, going to the College World Series is something that, we've been dreaming of since we've been little girls. So I'm super excited to go back. We have a lot of goals to accomplish this year. We've accomplished a lot of them so far, and we're going to keep trekking on. And I'm just excited to play another day with this team. That's really what it's all about, and compete with them and show everybody what we're made of. And I would say Karyn's gritty has gotten better. She actually, I don't know if you saw, like she mentioned, she did it backwards today. So maybe we'll have a new dance move coming out soon.
Moonwalk/gritty.
Yeah.
Last question.
They don't even know what
better than
moonwalk
mine,
is.
probably.
Yeah.
We do.
Karlyn, I have 2 little ones for you. But when the last out, when she popped up, it looked like already smiling. It was kind of hitting you. Just can you describe your emotions, knowing the game was over and when everyone dogpiled on you?
Yeah, that was a really special moment. It was like as soon as I saw the ball go up, I was like, job's done. Job is done. So it was just so exciting too, just to like see her catch the ball and everyone run out of the dugout. Like that was a team win, and every single person fought for that. And I don't take the credit at all. That's just such a team win. Ella, amazing job. Everybody completely just dove in for that moment, and I think that all just kind of come to my realization in that moment. Just I love this team. But yeah.
And it looked like you found Ella pretty soon after you managed to get off the ground and give her a big hug. Just what did it mean for you to see her perform at the level she did this weekend?
It's awesome. The amount of maturity that Ella has. I mean, she's so self-aware. She's so willing to do whatever it takes to win for her team. And I think that's the true, honestly, definition of just a selfless teammate. And to play with her and to do my job knowing that she's out there doing hers, it's amazing to play with her. And I'm super, super thankful to have a teammate like Ella. So she's great.
Thank you all very much for your time. Congratulations and best of luck in OKC.
Thank you.
The real question is, who's the idiot?